Okay, you had numbers 1 through 41, section 10-6. Here we go. 3 over 8 plus 4 over 5 equals x over 20. Okay, so we need to get the denominators to match. Okay, if it helps, I'm going to factor each of the denominators. Maybe you'd see it better. 8 is 2 and 4. 20 is 4 and 5. Okay, so we need to figure out what we need to multiply by so that all the denominators match. This denominator is missing the 5. This denominator is missing the 2 and 4. So we have to multiply top and bottom. This one is missing the 2. Okay, so all the denominators match. 2 times 4 times 5. 15 over 40. 32 over 40. 2x over 40. Okay, so we've achieved some balance. All the denominators match. Now we just got to eliminate the denominator. Multiply everything by 40 on both sides. That'll cancel the denominator. Now we have 15 plus 32 equals 2x. Okay, all the fractions are gone. All we got to do is solve. Yeah, and just write your answer in set notation. Oh, sorry. Okay, number 3. 3 says 2 over 3 minus 5 over 6 equals 1 over x. Okay, so we can change the 3 to a 6, multiply top and bottom by 2. That's already 6. Now, this denominator is also missing the x, so I'm going to multiply top and bottom by x. This one is missing the x, top and bottom. This one, you need to multiply top and bottom by 6. So all the denominators are 6x. Numerator would be 4x minus 5x equals 6. Okay, now that the denominators match, we need to eliminate the denominator. Multiply everything by 6x. That'll cancel. 4x minus 5x equals 6. Okay, no fractions. Now we can just solve. We can combine the terms. That's your solution. Number 5. Number 5 says 1 over 6 plus 1 over 8 equals 1. I'm going to use x instead of t. We need to get the same denominator. Okay. Here, I'm going to split this up. 2 and 3. This is 2 and 4. 1 over x. Okay, so this denominator is missing the 4. So multiply top and bottom by 4. This denominator is missing a 3. So top and bottom we multiply by 3. These denominators are missing the x. So we need to multiply top and bottom for both by x. This denominator here needs to multiply by 4, 2, and 3. Now all the denominators match. 24x. This numerator is 4x. This is 3x. This is 24. If we multiply everything on both sides by 24x, sorry, that'll cancel all the denominators. Now we have no fraction. Now we just solve. And then we write our answer in set notation. Okay, number 7. Number 7 says x plus 4 over x equals -5. These have a denominator of 1. We need to get the denominators to match. I can multiply this one by x, top and bottom. Same with this one. So all of them have a denominator of x. This would be x squared over x plus 4 over x equals -5x over x. Okay, now that the denominators match, if we multiply both sides by x, it'll cancel the denominator. No fraction. X squared plus 4 equals -5x. Okay, if you look, this is a little different from the previous problems. There's an x squared. So since there's an x squared term, we need to try and get this into standard form where there's a 0 on one side. I'm going to add 5x to both sides. This side will have x squared plus 5x plus 4. Now that we have in standard form, this can be factored. They have nothing common, nothing in common. We need x squared. The last term here has to give us a positive 4 at the end with a 5x in the middle. So since it's positive, the sign's got to be the same, plus and plus, because it's positive 5x. We need factors that give us 4. Okay, now that we have it factored, each of the factors have to equal to 0. And then we solve for x. So -4. Okay, this time we have two solutions, -4 and -1. Number 9. X over 4 minus 4 over x equals 0. We need a common denominator. This denominator is missing something that this one has. It needs a factor of 4. So I'm going to multiply top and bottom by x. This one is missing a factor that this one has. We need to multiply top and bottom by 4. You could do that here, just 4x top and bottom. It doesn't matter because you're multiplying by 0. Okay, so let's see. X squared over 4x minus 16 over 4x equals 0 over 4x. Okay, the denominators match. We can multiply both sides by 4x. That'll cancel the denominator. No fraction. Since there's an x squared term, we need to get it in standard form, which it already is. There's a 0 on one side. We just got to factor. They have nothing in common. The first term has to multiply to x squared. The last term has to multiply up to -16. That means it's going to be plus and minus 4 and 4. Now that we have it factored, each of the factors has to equal to 0. And then we solve. So we have two solutions, -4 and 4. Getting better? Let's try the next one. Number 11. 11 says 5 over x equals 6 over x minus 1 over 3. We need to get a common denominator. These denominators are missing a factor of 3. Multiply top and bottom by 3. This denominator is missing a factor of x. So multiply top and bottom by x. (15 over 3x) equals 18 over 3x minus x over 3x. The denominators match, we can eliminate. Multiply both sides by 3x. (15 equals 18 minus x). No fraction, all we gotta do is get x by itself. (3 equals -x). Just gotta get rid of the negative. X equals 3. Number 13. 13 says 5 over 3x plus 3 over x equals 1. If it helps, 1 over 1. We need to get the denominators to match. This denominator is missing a factor of 3. So we're going to multiply top and bottom by 3. We want a 3x in this denominator, so we're going to multiply top and bottom by 3x. 5 over 3x plus 9 over 3x equals 3x over 3x. If we multiply everything on both sides by 3x, it cancels the denominators. 5 plus 9 equals 3x. Now we can solve, no fractions. This is 14 equals 3x. 14/3. Next problem. Number 15. X minus 7 over x plus 2 equals 1 over 4. If you look at this entire denominator, it's missing a factor that this one has, the 4. We're going to multiply top and bottom by 4. This denominator is missing a factor that this fraction has, the x plus 2. So we're going to multiply top and bottom by x plus 2. Now the denominators match. We have 4x minus 28 over 4 parentheses x plus 2. This side is x plus 2 over 4 parentheses x plus 2. Now the denominators match. If we multiply both sides by 4 parentheses x plus 2, it'll cancel the denominator. Now we have no fraction. We can solve for x. Need to get x only on one side. We'll remove x off of 1. So that'll leave us with 3x minus 28 equals 2. And then we get x by itself. That's our solution. Number 17. 2 over x plus 2. Oh, sorry. X plus 1. 2 over x plus 1 equals 1 over x minus 2. This denominator is missing a factor that this denominator has. This is the entire factor. We are going to multiply top and bottom by x minus 2. This denominator is missing a factor that this fraction has, x plus 1. So 2x minus 4 over the two parentheses, x minus 2 and x plus 1, equals x plus 1 over the two parentheses. Now the denominators match. We can multiply both sides by x minus 2 and x plus 1. That'll cancel the denominator. Now we just solve for x. So that cancels, that cancels. X equals 5. And that's your solution. Number 19. X over 6 minus x over 10 equals 1 over 6. Common denominator. This is 2 and 3. This is 2 and 5. Okay, so if I multiply by 5, top and bottom, for this fraction, it's missing a factor of 3. So this fraction, 2 and 3, so we're missing a factor of 5, top and bottom. Okay, so this is 5x over, I'll just leave it, 2 times 3 times 5, 3x over 2 times 3 times 5 equals 5 over 2 times 3 times 5. If you want to multiply the denominator, that's fine. All the denominators match though. If we multiply everything by 2 times 3 times 5, it'll cancel all the denominator on both sides. 5x minus 3x equals 5. And then we solve for x. Five halves. Okay, number 21. Says x plus 1 over 3 minus x minus 1 over 2 equals 1. If it helps, 1 over 1. We need the denominators to match. I'm going to multiply this fraction by 2. It's missing a factor of 2. This fraction is missing a factor of 3. So I multiply top and bottom by 3. So this fraction, in order to get the denominators to match, is missing the 2 and the 3. I'll just multiply top and bottom by 6. 2x plus 2 over 6 minus 3 I'm going to distribute the negative 3. So negative 3x plus 3 over 6 equals 6 over 6. Okay, now that the denominators match, I'll multiply both sides by 6, and it'll eliminate the denominator. 2x plus 2 minus 3x plus 3 equals 6. Okay, let's combine some terms, get x by itself. X equals negative 1.